Great start. Welcome everybody, thank you very much for coming. It's so nice to have you here for this wonderful kirtan experience. So let's kick back even more and relax, and we'll move into our guided meditation. Very, very easy, very relaxing. Just helps us to get rid of all the black crows, the dark crows that are on our shoulders, weighing us down and worrying us. Otherwise they're screaming in our ears, we let them fly away. Okay, so close your eyes. If you want to bring your attention to your breath, just to kind of focus us, allowing us to put aside everything else and just immerse ourselves fully, completely for the next hour and a half. Just remembering whenever the mind wants to take us on a journey somewhere else, just come back. Just letting the breath bring some nice vital prana into our whole body. Just feeling that energy spreading throughout your entire body. This healing energy. Letting each outward breath take us to a place of relaxation. As we let go of the stress that we're holding in our body. Move into some mindfulness, which also helps us to let go of the different things that the mind likes to cling to, and places that it likes to take us to. So by learning how to step back from the mind, stepping back from the stream of thoughts, all of the worries we have in our life, the concerns, fears, the anxiety, it's all there in the mind, just streaming through the mind. So by understanding how we are not our mind, we also understand that we are not our feelings, we are not the anxieties or fears. This brings us some degree of peace as we step back and detach from them. So let us practice that now, just stepping back and experiencing how you are the silent witness, the observer of all of these things which are moving through the mind. Just to help us easily achieve that realization, that experience. You can mentally repeat this following meditation. I am the silent witness. I make no effort to think, but thoughts come automatically. I'm watching the thoughts flow through my mind. I am aloof from them. I am the silent witness of my mind's activities. Just for a few moments, experience that reality. It is just like you're sitting on the bank of a stream and you're just peacefully watching the stream in front of you. You're not being swept away by the stream or disturbed by what may be on the surface of the stream. You're just peacefully observing it all. Similarly, there are many thoughts which are streaming through the mind. I'm simply watching, not swept away by them, not disturbed by them, peacefully observing. So now we want to go deeper in our meditation. We want to nourish our very being. And we do this by immersing our whole consciousness, our whole being in the transcendental, in the eternal, in the spiritual, through the via medium of transcendental yoga mantra. So we're going to harmonize our breathing and then starting on the third outward breath, we meditate by repeating the Go-Ra Anga mantra. Let us inhale together. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Thank you very much. So, it's very nice to see you all here. It's lovely to see some new faces tonight as well. You're very, very welcome. My name is Madhya Leela. This is Radha Krishnadas, and these are our friends from Ashraya.
We don't introduce them anymore at all because we expect, it's just like a shirt you're used to wearing. It's always there, But maybe some of you don't know who they are. We could introduce them now.
We could.
But we won't.
Meal at the end, and the beautiful relaxation that we had before, this beautiful kirtan. And this part of the program is specifically for sharing spiritual wisdom. So Radha Krishnadas has got some nice things to share with us tonight, and I'll let him take it away.
Thank you very much. Yeah, there's an idea on what we could explore today. Came from a friend of ours who was relating how some family and friends of theirs, knowing that they attend here, and yoga and meditation and kirtan and exploring the wisdom of the yoga text, the Bhagavad Gita, etc., that he's in the wrong religion. Basically, this is the wrong religion, worshipping the wrong God. And so I just thought we'd address that. Does anyone else feel like that? So we want to talk about what is real religion, and what is yoga, and all of those kind of things. And also the question, we'll see if we get to it. Sometimes people ask or may be under the impression, they say, those guys are the Hare Krishnas, right? Those guys are the Hare Krishnas. Does anyone think that we're the Hare Krishnas? You don't, or you're shy to put your hand up? Hey? Got the wrong hairstyle. Oh, this is just a wig. So I thought we'll see how we go, we'll see where it goes, and we could address some of those questions tonight. Is that all right? Is that something that may be of interest or value? Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Saraswati Paramaham Satyam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gopati Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama. So I just grabbed a couple of things this afternoon that I thought we could read as well. So let me just get my notes. There we go. So, usually when people think of religion, it's in a very superficial way. If we think of religion, we generally think, a person generally thinks of, Christian or Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, something like that, yeah? When you hear the word religion, it usually ties up to some kind of faith, a particular church, temple, mosque, synagogue, something like that. But if we dive a little deeper, we'll actually see that even the word religion, has Latin, its roots in Latin. And even if we look at the word itself, and we can look at what the original meaning was, when you see a word that has re at the beginning of it, right? Reply, rejuvenate, relocate. What does the re mean? Huh? It means again. Re means again, right? Relocate, rehabilitate, right? Rejuvenate. It means again. So religion, right? So where's the again part in religion? So the original deeper meaning behind religion is the same as yoga. It has the same underlying meaning, religion and yoga. Because yoga means to reunite with the Supreme Soul, to renovate our relationship with the Supreme. In other words, we already have a relationship with the Supreme Soul. It is one of harmony and one of love. That is the nature of the relationship between the individual soul, the Atma, you, me, and the Supreme Atma, the Supreme Soul, the Paramatma. So it is already theirs since time immemorial, which means eternally. So that relationship between oneself and the Supreme Absolute, there is no beginning to that. It is there, it is my nature. You know, we sometimes use the example that, you know, you cannot separate the quality of wetness from water. It is inseparable from it. It isn't like there was water and then there was a time when the wetness started, right? You know, originally it was dry, water was dry, and then somewhere along the line it became wet, right? No, water is always wet. It's one of the qualities of water. And the example is also used of fire has the qualities of heat and light. That's the nature of fire. So they are intrinsic. They are its real nature. So we, the non-material, eternal spark of life, the spirit soul, the Atma, the true self, we have our intrinsic eternal nature also. One of those part of our nature is that we are eternal. Never was there a time that we did not exist, nor in the future shall any of us cease to exist. So death is a lie. There is no such thing as death. There is being situated in a particular body for some time, then leaving that body, which is compared to an apartment or a vehicle that we're in for some time, and then we leave that and we carry on with our journey from there. So spiritual life is not about taking on a new set of beliefs, finding some new dogma to follow and to declare our allegiance to. You know, we put our hand on the holy book and the other hand on our heart, or up to take an oath that I declare allegiance to. What was it? When I was brought up in the Catholic tradition, they had, I think it was called the Nicene Creed. Any current or ex-Catholics here? I believe in the holy, blah, blah, blah. I believe in this, I believe in that. And there's a whole list of things that you know, say, I swear I believe in these things, right? So it's like, you know, something before that you may have been an atheist, or you may have been a Buddhist, or you may have been a Muslim, or, you know, a Jew, or a Christian, you know, some other kind of Christian, a different branch of Christianity. And now you're taking these vows. Now you were that, you're changing from that, and you're changing to something new. Is that understandable? That's generally how people think of religion. You are of a particular faith, you have particular beliefs, and then you can change, your belief can change. Now all of these things, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, the Jewish faith, all of these things had a beginning. There is not a time, you know, there was a time when they weren't around. Is that understandable? One thing I remember my spiritual teacher pointing out, do you know Jesus wasn't a Christian? Does that mean he's not going to heaven? I mean, you know, he never, there was no Christianity. He was not a Christian. He didn't declare that he was a Christian. He declared he came to bring the good news. That's what he came to do. So similarly, there was a time when there were no Buddhists. There was a time when there were no Jews. There was a time when there was no Muslims. So these things obviously have a beginning, and you can change them, right? You can change from being one to something else. Is that understandable? You can change your belief. You can change your alliance or allegiance to a particular holy book or holy organization or tradition. So this is different than yoga, and this is different than the true deeper meaning of religion. So it means to again, you know, like it was something which was lost. You know, like my energy, my health was lost, and I'm going to rejuvenate my health. So it was there before, I lost it, and now I'm going to restate that which was already there. So similarly, religion means that eternal, intrinsic nature of every single living being is eternal, just like wetness and water are synonymous, and they were always there, or heat and light were always part of fire. It wasn't come at a certain time. So our real intrinsic nature is eternal. It is always there. But in our sojourn through this material realm, that intrinsic nature becomes covered or forgotten, so to speak. We become immersed in our journey through this material world, and we start identifying ourselves with our temporary material body, thinking that it is me, and that, all the identities and labels which are applied to the particular body that we are temporarily possessing, such as white, black, Chinese, American, Russian, Australian. These are all connected to the body. We think, I am an Australian, I am Chinese, I am American, I am a woman, I am a man, I'm of this particular age, I am a Christian, I am a Hindu, I am a Buddhist. So all of these identities are temporary and actually have nothing to do with my true, eternal, intrinsic nature. Is that understandable? Once we understand that we are eternal, our nature, our intrinsic nature is also eternal. So yoga means to unite to the Supreme Soul in a harmonious, loving relationship, which is eternal, but has now been forgotten or covered. So, spiritual life means to uncover that which is already there. Not to get a new religion or a new set of beliefs, it's to actually come to know who we actually are, our real nature, and what our relationship is with the Absolute, with the Supreme Soul. So in that connection, there are some nice things I would like to read, if that's okay. And these are from the writings of my spiritual master. The goal of all yoga processes is to lead one to a correct understanding of what is. The goal of all yoga processes is to lead one to a correct understanding of what is. In other words, it's already there. It already is there, and my quest is to come to a correct understanding of what already is existing. And then to apply that correct understanding in life. Unlike religion, in which an individual may believe or not believe in something, regardless of its truth or untruth. Let's say, for instance, reincarnation, right? So reincarnation is there, that's a teaching that's part of yoga and other spiritual paths, traditions. But someone might say, well, no, I don't believe in reincarnation, I'm a Christian. And in the Christian tradition there is no reincarnation, therefore I don't believe in it. But here we're understanding that there is a reality. That reality is already existing, independent of whether I know it, or accept it, or believe in it, or don't believe in it. It is already there. And the quest is to find, what is that? The process of yoga is one that allows a person to experience direct perception of the absolute truth. In other words, it is a science, and as a science, it is a quest to understand or know the truth as it is, regardless of whether the yoga practitioner wants to believe that truth or not. And this is quite challenging because we acquire certain conditioning in our journey through life, and we identify with those particular ideas or beliefs, and if we hear something outside of that, we find it very challenging, and we, feel threatened by it sometimes. If someone has an understanding or a realization or a belief different than the one that I may have, then a person feels a little threatened by that. True understanding of the nature of things and their actual relationship is known as self-realization. Acting on the basis of that self-realization is known as wisdom. Because before we act on that and therefore realize it, it remains in the realm of philosophy or belief. And we want to change that. We want to come to know by direct perception and experience what is that ultimate reality. So we need to be open to perhaps some of my beliefs or some of my perceptions, some of the ways that I'm thinking that I may think this is how it is. It means we have to be open to seeing, well, maybe there's something more, maybe there's something deeper, maybe there's something in addition to what I know. Not necessarily what I know is wrong, but there may be a deeper or additional understanding to what I have come to understand or realize. So the yogi, the aspiring transcendentalist, is open to this reality. The path of yoga exists specifically to assist individuals who want to know the truth of their identity, to realize the actual purpose of their life and where actual happiness is found. So now we're getting more of a hint, the individual, to assist individuals. So this is different than I'm getting my strength from a particular tradition. And this is, and how many followers that particular tradition has, right? Like if I join a particular faith, religious tradition, and they have millions of followers, well then that must be bona fide, right? That must be the real thing because there's lots of people doing it. And that's where I get my strength from. Is that understandable? I feel confident that this must be right. Like if some teacher only has 12 followers, for instance, they only have 12 disciples, well, they obviously can't be right. Do you get the connection? And in fact, many people thought that. Well, this upstart's only got 12 disciples, and a couple of them kind of, took off as well. So it was really only like 11 or 10 maybe, or, maybe 3 or 4 were, The path of yoga exists specifically to assist individuals who want to know the truth of their identity, to realize the actual purpose of their life and where actual happiness is found. The path of self-discovery is an individual one. It is not a team effort. As such, every one of us will have our own unique level of understanding or realization of truth as we individually progress along the path. Is that understandable? So there are also different levels of understanding, of realizations. So similarly, there are, the different spiritual practices and paths and the religious traditions. May be the person who is applying that to their life, maybe at a certain level of their realization. But that level of realization can grow, and one can increase and deepen that realization. Is that understandable? So similarly, we'll get to, there's so many nice things, I've got to be careful I don't miss them out or talk too long, because they're really wonderful. But when we understand this reality, that it is a journey, and that we may be at a certain point in our journey, and we only have certain understandings or realizations, but they can grow basically eternally. The realizations and understandings can grow eternally. So not to get stuck at a particular point is important. When you are united with the Supreme in a bond of love, you will have achieved the goal of the human form of life. This state of being is called yoga. Yoga means union. Yoga also refers to the different processes, practices, and techniques that help us achieve that union with the Supreme. So again, coming back to this idea of the ultimate meaning and purpose of religion, it means to reunite in that relationship with the Supreme. Not to declare allegiance to a particular faith, a book, a particular teacher, a particular tradition, but to actually experience what those seers of the truth are themselves seeing, are realizing. When people think of religion, they envision something that a person can join or quit, can be converted from or converted to. Science, on the other hand, is the step-by-step process of understanding what already is, discovering the truth that already exists. Yoga is the science of discovering the truth that exists already. In contrast, religion is commonly perceived as something that one decides to join or believe in. The approach between these two is very different. Someone who is on the path of yoga wants to know what the truth is and is open to that truth, no matter what the truth may be or where it may lead them. A true yogi, therefore, can never be a blind believer or a blind follower. So here my spiritual teacher is saying, my goal is to convince as many people as possible to turn their hearts into temples, where they can meditate and worship the Supreme Soul within their hearts constantly. People are mistaken when they think that God is only in the church or the temple or the mosque. The Supreme expands himself as the Paramatma, or the Supreme Lord, within the heart of all living beings. Therefore we can worship and meditate upon the Supreme in the temple of our hearts every day, every moment. We try to make it so that individuals can take the information, the knowledge, and the techniques and practices and apply them to their own life, and not need to join an organization. We're not criticizing organizations or temples or mosques or churches, but we teach something different. What's most important is not joining a church or a religion or a group. What's important is applying the techniques, the practices, principles, and spiritual understanding to your own life and your own relationships. So here's the key of what I wanted to share tonight. Each one of us to understand this. A seeker of truth does their best to apply the teachings to their own lives. Some of them are successful in their spiritual development and others not so successful. Everyone is different. But one thing is the same. Each individual must take personal responsibility for him or herself. When a person has only a superficial acquaintance with or understanding of religion generally or about a specific religion, then this is a source of misunderstanding and can lead to more conflict. Right? So that's what's happening in the world. And as we look around, there's superficial understanding of what religion is. The true meaning of it is causing so much problems throughout time immemorial. On the other hand, individuals who seriously follow their particular spiritual path and make personal spiritual advancement gradually come to the point where they transcend their superficial sectarian attitude by dint of their own spiritual advancement. In other words, they come to understand what real religion is, and they begin to recognize that people who follow other religions or spiritual paths can also come to that level of spiritual advancement if they are serious in their practices and sincere in their quest. So that's pretty clear, isn't it? Pretty simple in the understanding that joining something, like we've used the example many times, even if you join a gym, but you don't actually go and work out, you don't use the weights there, you don't go to the classes, it doesn't matter that you say, I am a member of X gym, and I've been a member since the 23rd of August, 1995, right? So they're declaring allegiance to a particular gym. So how often do you go? Well, I go once a year, around Christmas. And, how do you feel? Well, it doesn't matter. This is the gym I go to, and I believe in their classes there, and they're good classes. I've seen them. So similarly, many people have such a superficial concept, understanding of what religion is, whereas actually there involves individual work as one progresses. So there's just something else, just another couple of ideas, and then we can wrap up. The different faiths are ultimately meant to wake a person up to his actual religious or eternal conditions. If someone thinks, I am a Christian, he'll be considering Muslims or Hindus to be his enemy, and vice versa. Is that not true? If they think this person is of a different faith, then they are against me, and we are against each other. So one last thing. As we know, we're chanting these different names of the Supreme. So are these the only names of the Supreme that we chant? We are chanting here, and every other name in other traditions are not real names of the Supreme, or they're names of another different God? When we understand that the concept or the teachings of yoga, when we talk of God, we're talking about the cause of all causes, the original cause of everything. There can only be one original cause of everything. So by definition, there cannot be a Christian God, a Hindu God, a Muslim God, because God, the definition of God means the original cause of everything. So there is one original cause. But that original cause has many, many different names. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Oh my Lord, you have hundreds and millions of names, hundreds and millions of names. And in each of your holy names is invested your transcendental energy or power. So although God is one, he has many names which are based on his different qualities. For example, God is called Jehovah because God is all-powerful. God is called Allah, meaning all-compassionate. And he is called Krishna, the all-attractive person. So you may call God by one name or different names, but that doesn't mean there is another God. This is a misunderstanding which leads to so much fighting." So just to wrap up, Are we the Hare Krishnas? Well, what does a person even mean by that? They usually mean a particular organization or a particular group of people, right? And like somehow or other we're a branch of a particular organization or a particular group of people. No, this is a misunderstanding. We've just clearly gone through and understood that it is an individual journey, an individual path. And on the path of yoga there are different teachings and practices that if one applies into their life will progress in their spiritual life. You cannot join self-realization. It's impossible. It'd be easy if it was, but you cannot. As individuals, we must put in our own individual effort and work of applying these spiritual teachings. So no, we are not part of the Hare Krishnas, not that we have anything against anyone at all who's sincerely trying to walk a spiritual path and make the world a better place. So just to but you chant Krishna, your name is Radha Krishna Das, and you celebrate Janmashtami, which is the appearance of Krishna, well, doesn't that make you a Hare Krishna? No, again, this is a very superficial misunderstanding of the practice of yoga. Krishna is one of the many hundreds and millions, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, names of the Supreme. So because of our spiritual lineage in which we are coming in the yoga tradition, these are the specific names and practices of that are there, and the practices that are in the Vedas, the sacred text of the Vedic literatures. And because this is the line of teachers in which we are coming, then this, of course, are the different names and the practices, spiritual practices or sadhana that we engage in. So it is no. So the short answer is no, and I hope you can understand why that is said. Thank you so much. So let us chant some more of the names of Krishna, the all-attractive Supreme Being, the original cause of all causes. Cold. We got some more beautiful names to chant. Oi. Focus. We've come here to meditate, right? tune I was going to do. Isn't that a saying? Change my tune.
What are we changing to?
Remember Mukunda?
We'll pick it up. If you want to, you're welcome to stand up and dance. Do we have any dancing people in this room? This little area where Yunda and Catalina is our mosh pit.
This area used to be no Mellow. This area are those who are waiting to stand up and dance.
So maybe just push the chairs to the side a little bit. Put the bag away. Let's get ready for a party. So dancing people like Nathan, dancing in the front. We're currently allowed to under current restrictions, so let's make the most of it. Just don't sweat on each other.
I got to remember it. I have Alzheimer's disease. So who said that? Got to remember the chords and stuff.
Where's Kim, the kirtan queen? Come on, Kim.
I
That's our aerobics for today. This next one is nice and a nice mellow way to finish.
Srimati Siddhiswarapananda Paramahamsa Iti Namani Rajashi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much, everyone. This is absolutely the highlight of our week, getting to spend Sunday evening with all of you. We have some really cool stuff coming up. We have a Christmas celebration. It'll be our final event of the year. It's on the 19th of December, Sunday the 19th of December, and we won't be here. We will actually be at Nerang, at the Country Paradise Parklands, Nerang Country Paradise Parklands. You can get all the information at reception or on any of our online whatchamacallits. There's a beautiful place at Nerang where, well, during COVID, when we couldn't get together indoors, we had kirtans out under the stars, and there's 2 beautiful big Moreton Bay fig trees, and they're all strung with fairy lights, and it's just a very, very pretty, nice place to be on a summer evening. So we will be there on Sunday the 19th of December for our Christmas celebration. If it is raining, there is a backup option. There's a huge, big sort of indoor sort of outdoor barn that will be there instead in the same venue. And the other really cool thing about our Christmas celebration is we get together and we form a little choir. It's usually about 30 or 40 people in our choir, so it's really nice. It's a really nice experience. It's a nice chance to sing, to learn some songs, to meet people. You don't have to be a good singer. Right, Lauren?
He had someone next to him last year that wasn't very good. He just commented, should they be there? And we said, yes, they should. Yeah, that someone was me.
No, I'm not calling Lauren out. We just had a conversation about it.
Come on, you just heard me sing way out of key for 15 minutes and it's still fun. So.
No, everyone's welcome. You don't need to have a fantastic voice. And in fact, we'd love all of you to be in the choir.
We could have a choir of 150.
We're going to be rehearsing here at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. So you're welcome to show up and come and join our choir.
Starting next Sunday?
Starting next Sunday. You don't even have to come to all rehearsals, even if you just come to a few. Just to get the hang of the songs, you can use notes during the choir. It's all perfectly fine. And if you can't make it to rehearsals, you still want to join, we will have a QR code there on the night. You can just snap that QR code and sing along with us. What else do we have coming up?
Italian cooking.
Cooking class, yeah. Coming up, when is it, Tash? 20th? I'm very confident. I like it. There you go. Saturday, 20th of November, Saturday afternoon here. It'll be a vegetarian cooking class, and it's a trip to Italy, which is like a cute way of saying Italy. Eat, Italy, eat. Anyway. So, yeah, if you'd like to come and we cook beautiful meals here. The volunteer chefs all prepare beautiful meals, and if you want to learn how they do it, then...
Is there an Italian who's giving the class?
Yes, there is an Italian who's giving the class.
Wow.
He's here somewhere, Andrea. He'll be leading the class, so it's genuine. It's food his grandmother cooked. So, yeah. Don't be rude.
Come on, Dad.
Those jokes are just too Dad. Yeah, and apart from that, we have a really nice... this whole centre runs on volunteers, so if you would like to get involved and be part of our volunteering program, our volunteer coordinator is sitting at the back of the room. Carolyn with the red hair, there she is, got her arm in the air. If you'd like to get involved, please catch up with Carolyn. She also has a clipboard on the little lounge area where you can leave your name and she'll contact you. And we do all kinds of cool stuff here, cooking and setting up chairs and
cleaning. We're actually just been requested that we're actually looking for people to stay back and help stack up and clean up. So if any of you feel so inclined, if you like tonight and you'd like to pay it forward, we can lock the doors and just keep you all here until someone volunteers. No, seriously, we're looking for some help tonight if you have a little time to stay back. Many hands make light work. Too many cooks spoil the broth, whatever way you want to take it. But we don't have too many cooks, so we need more hands.
So thank you so much, and now it's time for our community meal. Please leave a donation if you can. There's a tap point and also a donation box at the front, and we hope that you will turn around and talk to the person next to you, and if you're comfortable doing that, and have a nice evening.
And one last thing. Every Wednesday from 10:15 till 11 o'clock, Madhya Dasi and I run a deep peace meditation right here. So if you want to have 45 minutes of meditation with us, and then I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. After that, we adjourn to the seating area, the lounge room, and we take questions and answers. So if any of you actually have questions you'd like to explore, and come and have some meditation first, then Wednesday, 10:15, and then to adjourn for a cup of tea and some Q&A sessions. So I know many of you don't, feel comfortable asking in front of a crowd. So if you want to just sit around with a couple of friends and we can have a chat. So this is a good time to have that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Andrea, can you hit those lights and let's have some chanting?